stopping for the break, we were talking about your 24-hour hotline.
Yes.
So members can call the GSIS at any time of the day.
Yes.
And what sort of services can you provide over the phone?
Well, we answer queries, obviously.
Right.
A lot of them are,
Including loan status?
loan status
Right.
requirements for different types of benefit applications. They could follow up on a pending claim.
Right.
But it's taken us a while to get here, Andrew.
Yes.
We launched this thing over a year ago.
Right.
And when we piloted it, we discovered that we needed to make sure that the systems were available to the operators, as well as these are not our employees.
Yes.
So we had to make sure that they were very
they're
knowledgeable about
outsourced?
it.
Are they
They're
outsourced?
outsourced, yeah.
Okay.
If it turns out that the call center is just like going to a GSIS counter and not getting much
Substantive
information, then why bother? Yes, it doesn't
right.
cost anything, but
Yes.
it's a waste of time. No? And what we're discovering is that as these operators become better trained, and as our processing efficiency in our various offices also
Right.
improves, then more and more people are actually availing of
So would you
this
say
call
that
center.
would you say that the services, if you were the member calling your 24-hour hotline, would you be satisfied with the information that you get?
Actually, it's very interesting. I did call my call center.
Okay.
It's 847-4747, and
Okay.
I spoke to somebody and say hi. It's I don't have questions, but I'm glad you picked up the phone.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That
Yeah.
was it. But yes, I mean we monitor the statistics on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
As
I
well
wonder
in
if
the, in
a member can actually ask, has my employer been remitting? Can they do that?
They will see that in the record of premium contributions that
Okay.
each member has, because we
Yes.
maintain accounts of remittances on a monthly basis per member.
Okay.
So if a call center operator were to pull this out, and they will see that, okay, this is your
Yes.
premium record,
Yeah.
and that's what we want to let them have access to directly.
Yeah.
The EGSIS MO I was talking
Yes.
about earlier,
Yeah.
that will give them, so they don't even have to call a call center. They can just
Go
click
to the-
on it on
yes.
the internet,
Or
go into
through
our
the card?
website. No, on our
on your website.
On our
Okay,
website.
okay.
And then click on their membership account, and then
Right.
they can see.
And then it's
all
like a
all
dashboard, no?
That's
like
the
a-
idea.
yeah.
And by and large, government agencies are are remitting the required
Yes.
amounts.
Yes.
I think we're actually close to 99, in some cases even over 100%, because it's over 100% because they make up for
Right.
something that they missed the previous month.
Yes.
And I think several high profiles in instances might have reminded government agencies of the responsibility to
Yes,
mandatorily
yes,
deduct
yes.
and remit.
Some local governments or some institutions may not have the liquidity to settle their arrears in the last, say, 3, 4, 5
Yes.
years, which really amount to the millions.
Yes.
Millions or even hundreds of millions. Do you offer any incentives,
Yes.
condonations, or whatnot?
Yes, we do. If you sit down with us and we reconcile, so we know you give us all the employment records
Right.
of all the employees, not just current, but
Yes.
even in the past, which they
Yes.
have,
Yeah.
and we will now update our records and calculate how much has been is overdue, and we also calculate, of course, the interest and the penalties. And we do condone penalties.
Yeah.
In fact, we even condone interest in some cases.
It's all about the good faith. No?
Or just being sensible about it.
Okay.
There's no point striking a deal with with an agency who has no capability to pay.
Yes.
All that will happen is there will be a few periods where everything's regular, and then it all falls apart again. So the
Yes.
idea is to come up with an agreement that is sustainable, that is affordable.
Right.
And once that's put in place, then I think most of the MOAs we've signed
Yes.
has been current.
Immediately,
The moment
okay.
we don't even have to receive the first payment. The moment the authorized individual, usually the agency head,
Yes.
signs a memorandum agreement with the GSIS, that same day we lift the restriction and we deem all these arrears fully paid.
Right.
Because it shifts from being a liability of the individual that we recognize to a
our-
liability of the agency that has now signed
Correct.
a commitment to pay them.
Correct.
And so a member can apply for a loan or a benefit
Instantly activated.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. That's terrific news for a lot of our viewers. I'd like to talk about a little, personal questions about you as Mr. Bernie Vergara.
Oh no.
Well, it's public record that you worked as an expat for many years in Hong Kong. In fact, a founding partner of a financial institution.
Yes.
What compelled you to come in and pitch in, do your share in government? What was the thinking process behind that?
Well, you're right. I mean, I left the country in 1984, so it was 27 years by the time I came back in
Right.
September of 2010. Really, the result of the 2010 election, that someone from my generation had
Yes.
been had a tremendous responsibility placed on his shoulders
Right.
to lead the country.
Yes.
And I thought that was a call to arms for our generation.
Yeah.
That it was time for us to do our bit. Our parents have done their bit. It's now our
It was
turn
personal,
to do the
was
same.
it, for you?
I just felt that I had to
Step up.
Yes, step up
Yeah.
and try to help.
Okay.
And that's really the impetus for why
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yes.
I submitted my resume, if you call it, to.
You submitted your resume?
Yeah, I know.
Were you vetted or for the post, or did you submit?
I believe that there is committees that look at
yes. No,
candidates.
what I mean to say is, were you asked to apply, or you applied on your own volition, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. So
Okay. Yeah.
having come from outside, I really didn't know how it worked.
Right.
But in the end, I did volunteer to serve in whatever capacity. I mean,
That is-
I never knew it would be.
In this
it would
capacity.
be in this capacity.
It could have
I mean,
been any other.
I was happy to
Right.
where I could actually use the skills and the experience that I've
Fantastic,
gained
Bernie. Yeah,
to
yeah.
to add some value.
Right. How has it been for you? How's the adjustment working for a small, lean, privately driven, profit-driven company to a behemoth, a bureaucratic behemoth? How was the adjustment for you?
I had no expectations on what it would be
Yeah.
like. All I can say is it hasn't been as difficult as maybe some people make it out to be, because
Right.
our president has already shown the way. Good corporate governance, and
Yes.
as long as many people in different organizations follow that, it makes work for everybody else that has to rely on
Right.
others to get their jobs
You
done
weren't
much
daunted.
easier.
You weren't daunted with the enormity of it all.
I'm a fast learner, and
Yeah.
I go in there with my eyes open. And to
Right.
the extent that you can anticipate and put in place means by which you can work with supposedly
Yes.
these oversight agencies, then I think that's sort of good. I'll give you an example. When I came in the GSIS, I personally spoke to all my oversight agencies. I spoke to the Commission on Audit, I spoke to the Civil Service Commission,
Right.
the Insurance Commission, and I told them that I know that there might have been a fractious relationship between our two agencies in the
Yes.
past, but you are my oversight agency,
Yeah.
so I will give you full transparency on everything
Right.
that we're doing.
Right.
And rather than becoming a
Combative.
yeah, in that confrontational
Yeah.
relationship, it now becomes a relationship of cooperation.
Right,
If they see that you are prepared, you're working with them, I think it redounds to the benefit of the institution.
Yes.
That
And
they-
ultimately the members.
and ultimately to the stakeholders that you're
Yes,
trying to serve.
Yes. Bernie, your term as GSIS President and General Manager is coterminous with the President.
No,
Is it?
it is not.
It is not.
It is
Okay.
not, because it used to be coterminous with
Yes.
the president. But in 2011, the law creating the Governance Commission of GOCCs
Yes.
was passed.
Okay.
And that law effectively ended all those 6-year or 5-year terms for
The terms,
GOCCs.
yes, yes.
So all the PGM used to be co-term, but now we are appointed to 1-year terms, beginning on July 1
Yes.
every year and ending
Yes.
June 30th the next year. And then we are reappointed to the position.
Right, right.
And that's what I tell everybody. I'm not here until 2016. I am here based on the appointment to a 1-year revolving renewable term.
You're really here. The way I see it, you're really here based on performance. I mean, it's
Well, that's the
right. It's
that
like
is the goal of
Right.
having a GCG, that
Yeah.
every year they look at the performance of GOCCs,
Yes,
and
yes.
now you have to justify why you should continue
Right,
to serve
right,
in that
yeah.
agency.
What is next for you after this? More public service?
Serving, it's an opportunity
It's a
that we are
privilege.
given.
Yeah.
It's a privilege to serve your country. I just hope that when others are similarly given the opportunity to serve, that they will also answer the call. It's not something that everybody is
Entitled
given
to.
or
Yeah.
entitled to.
Right,
I got lucky, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I like I said, I volunteered, and
Yes.
it worked out.
Yeah.
I know many people who want to serve, who may have not begun the opportunity.
Right.
So it's also two ways.
Yes,
You just
yes.
have to be ready, so when that call does come, you're in a position to
Yeah.
respond and accept.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I have to say, Bernie, you have done well for the country, and for that, you have the gratitude of the nation. Again, thank you for joining us, and it was really a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you, Andrew.